Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/Timaneke.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by First Paw Coffee Company, specializing in private label premium blend coffee. If you're serious about coffee, you should check it out. First Paw Coffee's passion is high-quality, small-batch roasted coffee. They take the extra time to taste and get everything perfect before they release new blends. They aim to bring you a cup of happiness each time you pour yourself some coffee. Find out more at ak.dog/free and enter for a chance to win some First Paw Coffee prizes, a book from our collection, and tote bag. One winner will be selected at random each month. That's ak.dog/free.
On today's show, we're going to jump into two topics that we get a lot of questions about. If you listen real close, you can see why we brought these two topics together. The first one is, should I allow my dog on the furniture? How your trainer answers this will go a long way into telling you what methods they use in training. That brings us to our second topic. What questions should I ask a dog trainer before I sign up for training?
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome. This is Michele Forto. I am the lead trainer of Alaska Dog Works. Do you let your dog on the couch? Do you let your dog sleep with you? Stick around and find out our take on this and much more. So you guys, should you allow your dog to get on the couch? Is it okay to let your dog sleep in your bed? Should dogs be allowed on furniture at all? These are pressing questions for many dog owners. There are plenty of us who allow our dogs on all the furniture in our house, me included. We're the type of animal lovers who pick out furniture with our pets in mind. However, there are also plenty of people who think that dogs should not be allowed on the bed and sofa. For some, it's simply a personal preference. Others believe it can cause aggression or other behavior issues. What's a dog lover to do? Is there anything wrong with letting a dog sleep in your bed or get on the couch and other furniture? Probably not. In general, letting your dog on the furniture is unlikely to cause problems, behavioral or otherwise. Dogs love to curl up on the sofa, the bed, and anywhere else that's nice and soft. They also like to spend time in their humans' favorite spots. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide the rules of your household and stand firm. That's a key statement, you guys. It is up to you to decide the rules of your household and stand firm. Here is some information to help you decide what's best for your dog and your home. So here are the behavioral effects of dogs on the furniture. Despite what some people believe, allowing your dog on the furniture will not make him think he is in charge. It will not suddenly cause aggression or dominance. However, be careful not to inadvertently reinforce certain behaviors or you will be sending the wrong message. For example, any dog that growls or snaps at you when you try to sit down should be removed from the furniture. If your dog refuses to move when you approach, he should be removed. Also, if your dog hogs the bed or sofa, as many dogs seem to do, he should be taught to move over and make room for you. Making furniture off limits can be a temporary or permanent arrangement, depending on your personal preference. You may have trouble sleeping with a dog in the bed, but you still want to let your dog on the couch for cuddles. You can choose when and where your dog will be allowed, but training is an important part of this process. Many owners choose to allow their dogs on the furniture only when they are invited up. This can work when you are at home, but It's a different story when you are out. Know that your dog will most likely help himself when he is home alone if he has the run of the house. What about those health and safety concerns I talked about earlier? Well, many owners prefer to keep their dogs off the furniture because of the mess, like hair, dirt, and debris. Taking this a step further, some people are concerned about the potential for the spread of disease. There are a handful of diseases that are considered zoonotic, meaning they can be transmitted to humans from animals. A few examples include parasitic infections, fungal infections, and even plague. The latter is very rare. However, if you keep your dog healthy, the risk is very minimal. Whether or not you allow your dog on the furniture, all dogs should visit the vet every 6 to 12 months for an overall wellness checkup. There is very little threat from a dog that has been vaccinated, is kept free of fleas, and is regularly checked and or treated for parasites. You can minimize the germs and debris your dog brings in the house by wiping the paws, spot cleaning as needed, and having routine grooming. Keep your dog clean with occasional baths as needed. Grooming can help reduce shedding. In addition, regular nail trims will help minimize the damage that can be done by the claws. Keeping your dog off of the furniture. Even a dog that is allowed on the furniture should have his own special spot, like a dog bed and or a crate. Ideally, we recommend that you should have both. To keep your dog from getting on the furniture, some basic training is necessary. Begin by teaching your dog the off command. Next, he should be taught to go to his place and stay there. If your dog tries to jump on the bed or sofa, simply say off, followed by go to your place or settle. Reward him when he complies. Again, you guys, you have to teach the dog where you expect him to be. And that means that you have to use a command to teach him where that place or that settle down is supposed to be. If you haven't taught him that he needs to do a stay on his bed, then he's never going to understand what you mean when you say go to bed. So keep those things in mind when you're setting up your basic training when you're training your puppy or inviting a new dog into your home. It is equally important to be sure your dog does not have access to the furniture while you are away. This is where crate training becomes helpful, and I've done shows in the past about how important I feel that crate training is. While you are gone, keep your dog in the crate or confined in a small room away from the forbidden furniture. After successful training, you may choose to conditionally allow your dog on some or all furniture. However, he will need to earn it. After all, it is a privilege, not a right. Before jumping on the furniture, your dog should be taught to sit. Once he has obeyed one or more commands of your choosing, you can pat the couch or bed, allowing him up, or if he oversteps the boundaries, he will need to get off the furniture. You must be consistent for this to be effective. Otherwise, your dog cannot understand what you are asking of him. And if you recall in the beginning of this podcast, I said you have to stay firm. That is of the utmost importance. Some owners prefer to keep their dogs off the furniture as a household rule. This might be for the purpose of cleanliness, to prevent damage, or for other reasons. As long as he has his own spot and is taught what that spot is, he will be just fine. Be sure everyone in the household understands and enforces the rules. Inconsistency will confuse your dog and make the training process very difficult. When we come back from the break, we're going to discuss what questions you should ask a dog trainer. I'll be right back.
So earlier you learned about First Paw Coffee Company, and now I'm going to tell you about its Tail Wagger Blend. First Paw Coffee Company's Tail Wagger Blend is their first offering, and its name and label were crowdsourced from their Facebook fans. How cool is that? The Tail Wagger Blend is a private label premium blend that was developed just for them. It is a medium roast from Colombian beans with tastes of Brazil nuts, grapefruit, and oak. Be sure to go to ak.dog/free and enter to win a bunch of cool prizes. That's ak.dog/free.
We're living in uncertain times. If there is one thing we can be thankful for, that is the recent pet adoption boom. Shelters are being cleared out, and that means you may not know much about your new best friend. Alaska Dogworks virtual and on-site classes are the best way for you to build a lasting bond and learn about your pup, new or old. From setting up a proper routine to learning the commands and much more, Alaska Dogworks provides you with the resources to develop your dog into one of the best. Right now, Alaska Dogworks has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Go to alaskadogworks.com now and use promo code DOGWORKS and save 20% off your training program at the time of your booking. Visit alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS to save 20% today. That's alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS at the time of booking.
All right, we are back. Before the break, we discussed whether it was okay or not to let your dog on the furniture. Now we're going to talk about something that most of you have thought about before signing your dog up for training. You probably called a dog trainer up that you found online. Maybe you checked out their reviews, Facebook page, or website, and now you're ready to sign up. But there are several questions you should ask before you do. Here they are. I'll give you a second to get a pen and paper ready. Hit that pause button, but be sure to come back and hit play. All right, you've got that pen and paper ready. Here we go. Selecting the right professional dog trainer for your four-legged family member sets both of you up for success. Every dog deserves a trainer who uses and educates owners about methods that foster mutual trust and respect to strengthen the human-animal bond and help eliminate unwanted behaviors. During National Train Your Dog Month, the following questions will help you identify professional dog trainers who utilize positive reinforcement and force-free training methods. What dog training equipment is used and recommended to owners? A 6-foot to 8-foot leash is ideal for training. No retractable leashes, please. If your dog's energy level is better managed with a harness, a front-back clip harness should be helpful. Trainers that use recommend pinch or prong collars, choke or check chains, spray collars, and electric or shock collars are not using positive reinforcement methods. So the question again, you guys, for that is what dog training equipment is used and recommended to owners? Here's the next question. What happens during training when my dog responds appropriately? Your trainer should know what your dog values most highly: fun, attention, toys, or food, and use these to reward appropriate behavior. Next question. What happens during training when my dog responds inappropriately? A trainer using positive reinforcement methods should ignore or redirect your dog to an alternative appropriate behavior. Avoid trainers who use verbal reprimands or snap the leash to stop the undesired behavior. How does the trainer identify fear, anxiety, or stress during training? Your dog should be continuously observed for signs of fear, anxiety, and stress, including whining, growling, snarling, snapping, a furrowed brow, panting, ears set far forward or flat back, still legs, lip licking or tongue flicks, pacing, etc. If your dog exhibits one or more of these behaviors, the trainer should stop and reassess the situation before continuing the lesson. Here's another question. Which professional dog training associations is the trainer a member of, and for how long? Members of the Association for Pet Dog Trainers use force-free principles to help you and your dog develop a bond built on trust and respect. Graduates of other training programs and members of other professional dog training organizations may use pinch or prong collars or even e-collars during training or punish your dog when it displays unwanted behavior. Next question. Are training results guaranteed? This very important and probably the one that causes the most strife between dog trainers and their clients. Heck, we have even been sued when Mrs. Johnson, name change to protect the absent-minded, didn't do their homework and Max refused to walk nicely on leash on the hiking trail. Think about it for a second. If your child gets into Harvard and doesn't do their homework, the prestigious college doesn't give you a refund. Secondly, if you sign up for personal training sessions at the local fitness club and you don't lose weight because you head over to McDonald's after sweating to the oldies and you don't lose weight, it's not the personal trainer's fault and they won't give you a refund. Simply, no dog training professional should guarantee their methods will be successful. Trainers should, however, commit to working with you to achieve the most appropriate behavior changes. Every dog trainer should offer you a guarantee that they will provide you with every tool in their toolbox of knowledge to make sure you succeed in your program. Your commitment level and compliance with the recommended training methods will help contribute to successful training outcomes. Next question. Does the trainer specialize in one breed or multiple? Many trainers earn their chops by working with their favorite breed. If they have only worked with their golden retriever and they use him as their demo dog, they may have trouble working with you and your high drive Dutch Shepherd. I have trained more than 100 different breeds, and this valuable experience is truly what sets me apart from other trainers. Next question. Does the trainer teach what they know? If you look online, you will see scores of trainers offering trick training, service dog training, therapy dog training, and maybe even protection training. But they went to an online school to learn clicker training using Labradors. We say, if you haven't earned a title in something, you shouldn't be teaching it. Next question. Where does your trainer offer classes? Do they teach group classes every Saturday in the aisles of the local big box store? Do they come to your home? Do they offer a board and train? Do they have a facility? Do they have faculty? All of these are important things to consider when trying to figure out what is the best scenario for you and your dog. In addition to these questions, you should always ask a trainer for a list of client references so you can talk with them. By asking satisfied clients the first 3 questions that we went over, you should be able to determine if a trainer uses positive reinforcement and force-free training methods. Bear in mind, we keep our clients' privacy in mind, especially our service dog clients. In today's social media environment, the best place to find referrals is on your trainer's Facebook page. Look close at the pictures, not the ones that the trainer posts, but the ones that their clients post. Those are the best referrals. Also, review the trainer's website, particularly the photos or videos, to see if any of the dogs pictured are wearing prong or pinch collars and if a dog's unwanted behaviors are ignored or redirected to an alternative appropriate behavior. Ethical trainers will not remove unflattering reviews or client testimonials. The best recommendation for finding a dog trainer I can give you is to find one that you relate to. At Alaska Dog Works, we are positive reinforcement trainers, but we deal with a lot of dogs with behavioral issues that require a more scientific-based training method. Scientific-based training methods teach you and the dog how to work through mistakes, teaching the dog the desired behavior with correcting the unwanted behavior by redirecting using wanted behaviors. The best dog trainers teach both you and your dog and can adapt to changing situations, behavior patterns, and development cycles of the dog. If you would like to schedule a free discovery session to find out how we can help you make your dog one of the best, to contact us through our website at alaskadogworks.com, and be sure to follow us on our social channels. Just search for Dogworks Radio. See you next time.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by First Paw Coffee Company. Learn more at firstpaw.coffee.
From First Paw Media, this is Dogworks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.